Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to our LinkedIn Live broadcast with Roderick Jefferson, the author of a best-selling book on sales enablement. Do you have the book? Happen to have the book?
I don't, and normally I keep one around. I know I'm a bad author.
It's Sales Enablement 3.0, a wonderful book that everybody should have on their desk. I have my copy on my desk. But
Yeah, I,
you have,
I I know the author, so I don't keep a copy
right?
around.
Uh, did, did you autograph the book for yourself?
No, that I did not do.
That would be egotistical. So,
No,
why are we meeting today? I want to share with the audience the phenomenal capacity to generate amazing ideas on sales enablement with Roderick Jefferson. And Roderick, why don't you give us a preview of the keynote that you will be delivering in Las Vegas on stage at the Green Valley Ranch Resort?
sure. It is all about how to unlock growth, and what we're talking about is the transition from sales enablement to revenue enablement. And I know that seems to be a hot topic right now, and it's near and dear to me as the person that pioneered sales enablement. It is amazing to see how far it has gone, but now what's the next level? As you said, the book is Sales Enablement 3.0. It's the entire journey of sales enablement. And now I believe there's a higher level and a chasm that we're crossing, which is moving into revenue enablement. And what exactly is revenue enablement? Well, to me, it's about integrating strategies, processes, and technologies to optimize the entire customer lifecycle from lead generation to post sales expansion, cross sell, renewals, and retention. Now, here's the key piece it's all about aligning sales, marketing, customer success, client services, revenue ops, finance, HR, partners and alliances, product marketing, product management, and revenue enablement. And it's about being that hub that spokes out to all of those. And again, tying back to the buyer's journey. It's not about your sales stages anymore. It's no longer about your sales processes. It's not even about your selling motion. It's about taking all of those things and tying it back to the customer life cycle and the buyer's journey. And we're going to talk about that in depth. How do you do it? What does it actually mean to do it? What are the components of it? Why do you do it? And ultimately, how do you make that shift from giving presentations to literally having conversations? And then the secret sauce. How do you then infuse AI all of this into all of this so that you can increase sales efficiency and productivity?
Roderick, help me understand the shift from sales enablement to revenue enablement. Is that a shift because there's now the rise of the COO level executive that has three functions: sales, marketing, and customer success? Um, is that the reason why there's a shift to revenue enablement?
I believe so. And I think what we're doing now is literally deepening that connection between marketing, sales, and then the back of the house of customer success. And I
Right.
think this is driven by the need to not just get closer, but stay connected even closer to what starts as your prospect and turns into your customer. And then ultimately, how do you turn that into customers for life? And how do you work as a continuous flow and as a single team, if you will, of making sure that that high level of touch points as well as customer success and then ultimately client services stays intact across that entire buyer's journey. I think that's one. I think
So
the other is that there is now such an enormous amount of information out there that's available to the prospects and the customers. They're not asking you to sell to them anymore. They're really working with you to help. It may be in a case where how do you help them maintain the customers that they're having now? How do you help them to expand their footprint? We've always talked as sellers, as sales professionals, should I say, as how do we become that trusted advisor? Oh, I think that is so beyond us and behind us and passe now. It's not about that anymore. It's literally about being a partner with them from inception all the way to birth, all the way to nurturing and growth.
So when we zoom back into the old role of sales enablement, where sales enablement managers were responsible for training salespeople, in the old days. Um, Now, a revenue enablement manager has the challenge of integrating people, process, and technology, where there are three stakeholders: the sales team, the customer success team, and the service team.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
which is a much more complex challenge. So, how do you create an organization that is sort of revenue enablement ready?
That's a phenomenal question. And I think it starts with the fact that it's time to recalibrate. And what I mean is starting with reassessing your current ICP or your ideal client profile, as well as your buyer profiles, which then leads to defining and articulating and communicating that buyer's journey with a focus on kind of two things. One is, and we all talk about ROI, the return on investment, right? I want to add another piece in, and that's the COI now. And I'm not talking about the chief officer on information. I'm talking about the cost of an action. What happens with doing nothing? Because we both know in business, there is no
Right.
standstill. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards, right? Which now lends itself to a need to create deeper partnerships between sales, HR, marketing, and enablement, right? Which now allows you to confirm and or update your current IEP, not because there's not enough acronyms already, right? The ideal employee profile. That shifts with every new level of maturation for the company,
Yeah.
which then pushes you towards the need to realign your sales methodology, your sales stages, your selling motions, your tools, your assets, your collateral on an ongoing and iterative basis now, because as the buyer's journey changes and shifts, you have to make that change. And we know now in today's microeconomic environment, it happens faster than it ever happened, right? It could be a change in new products. It could be mergers and acquisitions. It could be layoffs. It could be any change that happens. You now have to make that adjustment and that change along with it, because ultimately, for this to be successful, it has to be a collaboration between all of those lines of business to build updated processes, programs, platforms, and the important part, revenue focused metrics tied back to surprise, surprise, the buyer's journey.
So there are really two imperatives. One is change, the other one is growth. And without that, you have nothing. So,
Yeah, what you just said, all that.
yeah, go ahead.
I love the way you succinctly put things together, Great Heart, and really boil it down. And you're right, it is about change, and we are naturally change management agents as enablement
Yeah.
practitioners. And then it's growth, which, as we both know, without that, companies die and no longer exist.
So, what is exciting to you about coming to Vegas? Because we have 27 speakers. We have Tiffany Bover from Salesforce, who's the author of a wonderful new book, The Experience Mindset, and we have practitioners from blue chip companies that share their secrets. What are you excited about?
I'm excited because, first of all, I'm incredibly blessed and honored to have been a part of this journey with you since the very first one way back in San Francisco, right?
Right.
So I'm excited because it's now continues to grow and iterate, but not just iterate, but it's leading the way on what's going out. You get people that are actual practitioners that are up on the stage talking about things that they do have done. And I love the fact that it's always good, bad, and even sometimes ugly, right? It's not utopia up there. These are people that are really doing this. These aren't theorists that are saying, well, the manual says. No, it's literally, here's where I've seen it done. Here's where I've done it, or where I've seen it either work or not work. And I learn something new every time I walk away from this.
Well, by the way, there's a QR code up there that leads you to the website where you can learn about the agenda if you like. But we have something that I'm excited about, which is the Sales Enablement Excellence Awards. Um, why don't you tell me about when you received this award the first time? Uh, do you have it, by the way?
I actually do. It is literally the only award that I keep in my office. All the others, and here it is, all the others I've actually boxed up and put away. And I keep this because of a couple of reasons. One, it's something that is voted on by your peers. And I think that goes a long way. It's not a pay for play as you can with others. So this really shows as a validation of the hard work that the practitioners have put in, and also the way that they are viewed and also revered by their peers. That goes a long way. The other thing is, this is something that is not just it's about me. This literally says that you have given back to the community. You are a pillar that really is a servant leader that is out there handing and giving out, whether it be time, whether it be tools, best practices, sharing of templates. That goes a long way. And to me, what it says about the people that are not only going to be put forth for the award, but also the winners, because what it says are these are people that literally give to give. And I don't think there's enough of that going on out there right now.
Well, thank you. And I think that when we post this on LinkedIn, now we are live, but after we post it, I will create a link so people can apply for free. So the application, there's no application fee. And anybody who has been selected as a winner will also get a free ticket to Sales 3.0. So there's no cost involved. As you say, we don't want to have it pay for play. And
Absolutely.
I know that there are a lot of amazing practitioners out there that have, terrific ideas. I remember a Sales Enablement Society meeting where I had the privilege of working with a group of sales enablement practitioners, and I asked them to come up on stage and share for one idea in 1 minute that they have implemented. And we had like 10 practitioners come up and share their ideas, and everybody in the audience took notes and said that was the best session.
There's a huge amount of value of peer learning, for one, from
Yeah,
our fellow practitioners. But there's always something to be said from that practitioner that's willing to share those best practices, those tips, those tricks, etc., because you've actually done it, and you're either doing it to help someone else to move forward in their either career or processes or programs, or it's because you've made a mistake and you're hoping that your peers and your friends don't step in that same hole and break your ankle like you
right,
did. So you're learning how to and how not to at the same time,
right.
and that's hugely advantageous.
I think there's another word that comes to mind when I listen to you is the mindset of a sales enablement leader.
Mm,
And you have been truly inspiring, my friend,
thank
in
you. I
many
appreciate
ways, because you have gone through so many transitions in your life,
it.
from being a football player to be struggling to get your education and get your land the first job, and really battle adversity head on fearlessly. And you've been through some physical struggles, and you came through with flying colors. So
And thank
I'm
you for the
really,
support throughout that time frame. That was enormously appreciated, Gerhard.
well, it, that's what we are here for, right? To help
That
each other
that's
win.
that's what we do. It's the world is a very, very small neighborhood, and perseverance and determination and grit goes a long way. But I would be remiss if I didn't say that no one wins alone. It really does require that tribe. And I want to take a moment to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to you, Gerhard, to Selling Power, and to my entire tribe of folks that have always been in my corner through highs and lows, good, bad, and ugly. And that literally what makes me who I am today. So thank you so much, humbly.
So I want you to come to Vegas, all the members of the audience, And here are the benefits. The number one is you get a free, no charge selfie with Roderick Jefferson in Las Vegas. How's
Oh, I
that?
don't know if that's going to drive registration. And I'll say this, if you've got two cameras, bring them both. Because if you're doing a selfie for me, this mug might break it. I've been told I've got a face for radio. So
And if you register, you get a free copy of Tiffany Bova's book, The Experience Mindset. And I actually will publish on LinkedIn below a code that gives you free access to the virtual conference because it's simulcast. And but if you come to Vegas and you want to share and network with your peers, you can also send me an email, gg@sellingpower.com, and I give you a heavily discounted free access pass to everything, so you can hang out with Roderick and learn a ton from those 27 speakers.
fantastic offer. And I'll put it out there. If you have not registered, go do it now. This is definitely the enablement conference you do not want to miss.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Our time is up. We exceeded it by 1 minute and 30 seconds, but I enjoyed every second of it. Thank
Thank you,
Roderick.
Gerhard. Always great to catch up with you. See you in Vegas.
See you in Vegas. End stream. Did we stop the stream?
It's still streaming.
Well, for some reason, we are unstoppable.